Hello, this is Jacob on the next episode of Small Business Chat. Today joins me Matt as always, and then also we have a special guest star, Miss Ginger Best. Hey Ginger, how's it going today?
Hello, I am doing really good, thank you. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, and just for the record, we'll get out of the stupid jokes out of the way. Ginger, you're the best.
Oh wow,
I
thank
was
you.
gonna
Yeah,
I've
say
there we
I've
go. That's
never
where we're
heard
gonna
that
go.
before. That's wow.
Yeah, that's
That's
unique, huh?
yeah. Yeah,
my
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 wow.
go-to with Ginger, Matt, is from Shrek. I just always go, Shinji.
Yep. Yep, that's my absolute favorite.
That's awesome. That's the top for. All right, cool, awesome. Well, really glad that everyone can join me today. Again, Matt, as always, and Ginger. We have a special section of our podcast today dedicated to your Twitch streaming.
Hmm.
Since we knew, since you told me last that you've been doing a lot of things with it, you've been gaining some traction with Twitch and everything. We just wanted to, since this is the very first podcast we've ever done where we have something like this go on. I know one of our last podcasts we did was with Rickson, which is actually one of our most popular videos that we've
Oh
ever put
wow.
out. He's a pretty famous now. I think it's over like 500 likes now. To us, that's big.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and he, told us about the soccer world, but now we're talking about Twitch, which I actually, Ginger, you're gonna laugh. I actually was not really that into it or anything, but
Hmm.
I actually tried Twitch streaming once a time ago, and I my username was Stale Doritos Gaming. Funny enough,
Stale Doritos.
Stale Doritos.
Wow.
I this is how it came to be. I was talking to one of my friends. We were trying to think of a good Twitch name for myself, and
Hmm.
he was eating Doritos, and then he was chomping on one, and he was like, "Oh man, this tastes so stale. This is disgusting." I was like, "You know what? I got it. Stale Doritos Gaming, perfect."
Genius.
So
Wow.
that's where that came from. Well,
Big
let's just
brain.
jump right into it, Ginger. What is your Twitch name?
Yeah, my Twitch name is Mincedmeef. It sounds kind of like minced beef or minced meat. I know. It's kind of funny, play on words. I actually got my name from I'm a nature freak. I love trees. I love maple trees. They're my favorite. I think the leaves are beautiful. And I wanted my name to be something involving, maple trees or leaves or nature or something along those lines. And I just kind of ended up combining the words maple and leaf and got meef. And that's what I was using for a little bit. And then my friend suggested, hey, why don't you do minced meef? Like it's a play on words, it's unique. I've never seen anyone use something like that. And I'm like, you know what? That's really weird. It works perfectly. Like, I'm gonna stick with that. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got my name.
Sweet.
That's
Hmm.
awesome. That's great. So, I guess we both have an origin story of our name.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Now with Twitch streaming, how long ago did you first start becoming a streamer?
Well, I started, I think it was about 8 months ago now. I'm pretty sure I started in November of 2023. Now, obviously, I started from nothing. So I don't know. I think I've grown a decent bit in the last 8 or so months. I think I'm doing pretty good for myself.
That's great. What's your follower count, or how many people do you have on your channel?
So I have roughly, I think like 67 or 66 followers right now, which it's kind of slowed down lately, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. Um, I have usually on average like 4 or 5 people who view my streams, so hopefully trying to get those numbers up, working
Gotcha.
hard.
So
Hmm.
what do you like? So on a Twitch stream, so what are we watching you when you're doing things?
So what I do now, obviously you can stream anything on Twitch, but I personally play video games and since, I'm in the VTuber realm, I have an anime character that's, uses face tracking instead of using an actual webcam. I play like anime games or like I don't know, just like anime games or cute games like Stardew Valley and a couple other series that, usually the same kind of audience has an interest in.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you base which game you're going to play off of any specific like measurement, or do you just, I feel like playing this game today. I feel like my streamers or my viewers, excuse me, would really enjoy me playing this today, or what's like your basis off of which game you're going to play today?
Well, I have a schedule. So
Ooh,
on
nice.
Mondays, yeah, so on Mondays and Wednesdays, I play this game called Danganronpa, which is a murder mystery game. And I'm almost done with the series, so I'm gonna have to switch games. I'm thinking of playing Ace Attorney next, so that'll be fun. Um, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I play Stardew Valley, and on Fridays, I call it the Wheel of BS because I like suffering. And so basically what that is I have one of my friends look at a list of all the games I own, and then he gives me a list of like 5 or 6 games to put like on a random wheel, like a name generator wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on is what I have to play. And usually it's something that I really hate and don't want to play. Like, so that's, I don't know, we have fun on Fridays.
We're glad your career at the trademark company has prepared you for the wheel of suffering.
Yes, yes, it has. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. I think that really does, keep your viewers engaged. Also, it
Hmm.
just kind of just puts a little spin on, just kind of getting into watching different things. And
Literally.
for you, I guess maybe it just makes a little, just kind of mixes it up a little bit. So that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. My first question to you, I know I've asked other questions, but my one that I'm actually really curious about, which is I know, but I can't remember exactly how old Twitch is or when it first started, but was it always? I mean, has it always been just like you could just stream or just kind of show whatever you want, or was it once upon a time only dedicated towards video games? Because I know now you can literally just stream anything that you want. You can just kind of stream whatever you could do, like, I mean, almost like blogging, almost kind of like right now, right? Or is it
Hmm.
still mainly just video games?
So just from personally from what I encounter, because these are my interests, I mostly see like video games and stuff like that. But a couple of my friends watch a couple of art channels. So like people will live stream them making art, like drawing, you know. So those are really like the two demographics that I would fit myself in, but I know that people stream themselves like making music and like a bunch of other things, just a whole bunch of creativity on Twitch, and it's so fascinating to see the broad spectrum of things that people can do, you know. But to answer your question, honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know how it started or what the point of was first, if it was just going to be for video games or if it was supposed to be for a wide range of things. I'd imagine it was supposed to be for a wide range of things, but the gaming community is just so big and the consumers are so large in number that it kind of, I think dominates most other demographics on Twitch.
If I could be wrong on this, I think what kind of transported Twitch into another huge realm, which is Ninja. I'm pretty sure you've heard of him.
Definitely. Oh, of
I
course.
remember back in the day when Matt, you can jump into this because you're very familiar with them. Fortnite, right?
Oh yeah.
That's where he started. And I mean, he's making millions of dollars now. When all he did was just, I remember he might have started on other games before it, but what transformed him into stardom was Fortnite. So,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, we can also touch upon the gaming trends. Do you find jumping on gaming trends helps maybe sometimes get viewers in? Like, say there's a really hot game that everyone's playing right now, which at that time was Fortnite. Does that
Ouch.
kind of change your rhythm or change your schedule a little bit in case there's a game out that everyone's playing that you want to stream?
Does now, and that's like most of the games that are extremely popular for that short period of time. Fortnite was really popular. Lethal Company was extremely popular not too long ago. Like Baldur's Gate was crazy. Um, Honestly, I I am not above streaming those games because they are fun. You know what I mean? Like whenever I started streaming is almost right whenever Lethal Company came out. So that's what I was streaming a lot of at first. And, I was doing okay. I got some followers, but I didn't really actually start gaining a lot of what I would like to call traction until I started streaming Danganronpa, which really surprised me because, the games came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Like the fandom peaked in 2020. So never in my mind did I think that I would build kind of a little fan base based around Danganronpa because the games are kind of old at this point. But yes, I will 100% play games that are popular, and sometimes they help, and I have a lot of fun with my friends doing it. So yeah, I definitely say that I would partake.
I was always amazed, just chiming in because I finally got something like, oh look, something to pop in on. But I was always amazed the first time I saw a Twitch or a Twitch type thing. The game that was actually my kids were watching someone play and comment on was Minecraft.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
really? And they're like, yeah, look at how his building skills and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, man, Minecraft. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I just would have never picked that up. And then of course, Fortnite, I think they're on the from what I can tell, sort of the back end, right? They're starting to finally decline a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate to say? But I'm just
I
sort of like Jacob, you said like people make millions at doing this because I love the business aspect of this. Like when you're making millions doing this, so people
Uh-oh,
actually
Matt has an
watch.
idea.
Oh no, no, I'm
You're
just like
streaming for
yeah.
the trademark company.
Oh, I know how it works. I'm just like I'm always amazed because I guess it's ad revenue. Do y'all ever see the show Mystic Quest by any chance?
I haven't.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's a fictional gaming company. It's I think it's largely based on Epic Games here, but any smaller one that then such, but they like make or break it. Like one of the kids like would play their game, and it reminds me back what you guys were talking about with Fortnite. Like it's sort of like some of these kids are on these Twitch accounts are just like make or break. Because if they love it, they're gonna play it a long time, and people are gonna watch them play. And then if not, they'll go on to another game, and that crushes the actual game. So. I don't know. I'll just do we even know you get money from like advertising? Do you also get money? Does anyone ever sponsor you? Is that possible?
So that is possible. I have definitely not made it big enough for that to happen yet, but I'm
Hmm.
hoping that some point in the future that does happen. But yes, that is possible.
Yeah.
So far I have made money from ad revenue and
Ooh.
like donations.
Wow.
So donations on Twitch are called bits, and like 100 bits is like $1 basically. So
Wow.
yeah, so I've made money both ways.
I've seen that because sometimes, when sporting events aren't available in my area, allegedly some people may watch them on YouTube. And what you really do is you're watching people comment on the sporting event because for copyright laws, they can't just rebroadcast.
Right.
But then they consistently will ask, hey, thank you for the donation. Hey, thank you for the donation. So people basically are just sort of tipping the broadcast people, which actually
Right.
is legal under US copyright laws because they're just describing what they're seeing. Like, in essence, you can get a play-by-play of almost any game anywhere. Just find it on YouTube, and there's a guy watching it, and then and you make money. So that's an interesting way of making money on this. Um,
Yeah.
some of us, okay, I don't want to comment. It, you get told, do a certain thing a certain way, and this is how you're going to make money in your life. And it's fascinating to find all these different career opportunities for people if you can get popular enough. So, all right,
Of course.
I'll let our beloved director here, take it back over after my
Hey, thank
random
you.
thoughts.
Thank you for tossing over the baton there, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, I also, I've seen a lot of Twitch streams in my day. I used to again watch Ninja all the time because he's just so entertaining. But yeah, I remember watching some Twitch streams where mostly I think also Logan Paul does used to do. I don't know if he does it anymore, but he used to do a lot of Twitch streams back in the day,
Hmm.
where he would have like famous football players onto his Twitch streams. He would have like Rob Gronkowski. I think Tom Brady at one point did a Twitch stream with him playing a video
Oh
game.
wow.
And also a side note, whenever I would watch Ninja, the money that he would just pour in like minute after minute with just donations that would
Uh-huh.
come into. You'd get $100 donation or $1,000 donation or $500 donation just by playing a Fortnite game and having that popularity.
Right.
um, is just insane. So, well, Ginger, I want to ask you some more questions
Of
here. Uh,
course.
what would you say, or have you had any like negative comments in any of your videos? Have you had any trolls in your chat, trolls in your chat at all? And how have you dealt with them if you've ever had one before?
So honestly, I think now I'm lucky. I have good friends who can moderate for me. Um, I think honestly, the most negative experience I've had is just bots coming in trying to advertise,
Fine.
like, oh yeah, like you get random bots coming in that'll follow you so that you notice that they're there, and then they send a chat and they're like, hey, if you pay this, that, and the other, like you can get more views, you can get more followers, and it's like it's just so obviously a scam. You know what I mean? So that's probably the most least negative, or that's probably the most negative experience, sorry, that I've had in my 8 months of streaming. Now I don't think I've made it big enough that I have to like deal with crazy amounts of negativity yet, which honestly, my friends already bully me enough. I doubt it's gonna get worse. Like I think I can handle what they throw at me. You have to have tough, thick skin to get into content creation and
Oh, so we
entertainment.
can step this up a notch. We can start getting insulting and stuff. This is
Go
fantastic.
for it.
All
for
right.
it.
Well, you know, I've always had a problem with you. No, sorry,
Oh
just kidding.
wow, that's great coming from my boss.
Well, you said I just did the preamble. I don't have any problems with
Right.
you. I think the world of you, actually. That's the worst thing I can say about you. I think the world of
Mhm.
you. Anyways,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, well, Matt, actually, I wanted to ask you, do you know what a troll is?
yeah, I think so.
What is a troll in Matt's
Oh,
definition?
you're gonna make me answer now.
It's
Yes, I
that
am.
little guy that lives under the bridge, right?
Yes, yeah, it's that guy that lives under the bridge.
Yeah.
Looks like my Uncle Phil. No. Yeah. No, I think that it's just someone who basically like what, bait you into, like they'll doing your comments, they'll troll you. I mean, I remember, like they'll say negative things just trying to induce you to respond, and then once you respond, you realize you're in a vicious circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd I do?
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
think
good.
that's pretty good. Yeah, good
Yeah.
definition.
Pretty good
Yeah. No,
definition.
yeah.
Somebody that will basically do it. I think they're kind of like, in my mind, kind of like bullies in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because they try to mess with you and won't stop. A troll is somebody that's also persists as well, that just won't leave you alone.
And
But
can't we just in this day and age, can't you just block them and delete the thing? Because I know, like,
Of course.
yeah, for various Facebook pages that we have for business and such, like what we've gotten a lot of recently, and I'm, not to take this political because we're all of us are all over the spectrum, but we've gotten a lot of like political trolls recently that'll say something about either the current president or the foreign president, excuse me, not foreign, past president, the former president, excuse me, that has nothing to do with anything that, we're just like, hey, buy a trademark. And they're like, blah, 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 Trump 2024. And you're just like, what? And it's nothing, it's not a political statement, it's just, it doesn't go with the thing. Or, Joe Biden blankety blank, and you're like, well, whatever. So you just hide it, why
Mm-hmm.
engage? I don't know. There's something behind it. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. All right. I'll stop. I'll go back to being quiet. You guys enjoy
No.
yourself.
Ginger, what is your streaming setup look like? What's your equipment that you have set up? Do you usually do video? I know, this is a good point for you to talk to us about your new character, your new avatar.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your give us a little rundown of what your streaming setup looks like.
Sure, yeah. So, I guess to start out with, I have two monitors. So I usually game on my right monitor, and then I have like Discord and Twitch and Streamlabs, all my stream stuff open on my left monitor. Obviously I have a keyboard with really satisfying clickies. I don't know if
Clicky.
you can hear that. Yeah, I don't know. I like the way it sounds.
Mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clickies.
Yeah, clickies.
Clickies. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're using the technical term. My fault.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you should be sorry. Anyways. And then I have I don't know, I have a whole bunch of cute little desk pets on my desk that I can look at and fidget with, but I don't know, that's like it. And then I never use a camera. I'm not doing the VTube thing where I keep my face a secret, because that is a very popular, I don't want to call it a trend. I guess trend. That's a very popular trend with VTubers. A lot of them don't show their face, don't do a quote unquote face reveal, because they want to keep their personal identity hidden and just have their online persona as their VTuber. But I don't keep my face a secret. I have my Instagram, my Twitch, my TikTok are all the same username. My face is all over my Instagram and my TikTok, so it's not like it's not a secret. But I did actually just start using my actual model or avatar yesterday, which is what I showed you guys before we started recording. Yeah, so really exciting stuff. I have face tracking on my phone. So I use the face tracking on my phone and set it up, connect it to my computer, so it tracks like my eyes, my mouth movement, my facial movement, stuff like that, and it translates onto the computer and makes my avatar move how I am moving. So being a very expressive person, I think it makes for a good, a good avatar. And yeah, that's basically my setup. Pretty basic, but it works. It works really well.
Awesome. And with that, is there anything that you drink or eat while you stream? Like your gamer fuel. What are you
My
using for
gamer fuel.
Yeah.
So my gamer fuel. I usually so my gamer fuel, water. I'm boring. I don't really. Yeah, I prefer not to drink energy drinks because they're really bad for your heart, and I just don't want to give myself any unnecessary problems. I think I'm high strung enough that I can stay awake for streams, and I don't need to have caffeine to keep going. So I usually just drink water, and if I'm feeling squirrely, maybe I'll put a little squirt of that water flavoring that you get from Walmart. I put a little bit of that in there sometimes if I'm feeling frisky, but no, it's just water. And then sometimes I'll have like little snacks. I try to eat before or after streams so that I'm not forcing my viewers to listen to that. But
energy drinks is a good side subject. I personally, I like the tried and true coffee in the morning. We all know that Matt loves his tried and true coffee. But for energy drinks, this is Matt. This is kind of a funny story. I've once seen one of my close friends, Matt, you know him. His name was, Alex.
Yeah.
He is the energy drink guru. I once seen him take down 4 bangs in one day.
What?
4 bang? I'm
4?
What's a bang?
Bang is like a Monster or like a Red Bull. It's just,
okay, it's a name brand for something. Okay.
Yeah,
right, but twice the caffeine.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous how much caffeine is in a bang.
Yeah, I've tried one before and I couldn't function. Like I had half of a bang. Like he bought me one, and I couldn't function the rest of the day. Like I couldn't sit still. 4 of those things. I'm not kidding.
And he's still pretty mellow. He's still a pretty chill dude. Was he like bouncing off the walls when he had 4 bangs or whatever?
I think he's just used to it. Like every single
That's
time,
crazy.
Most of the time we ever hang out, he's got a bang or a Monster or whichever. So I think he's just used to it. I'm not used to it. I was never really into Monster or Red Bull or whichever one. It was crazy. But I personally just use the tried and true coffee. Matt, are you a Keurig type of person, or are you the good old pot of coffee kind of guy?
Nah, man, Keurig all the way. It used to be pot of coffee, but it's wasteful at this juncture. So I'll give a shout out to Keurig. But yeah, I've never tried the whole the energy thing. It just seems, I agree. It just seems extraordinarily unhealthy. Coming from a guy who's actually frozen Jack Daniels, so no one would know I would have it in my drink in ice cubes. But anyways,
it's different though.
Hashtag swear I'm not an alcoholic, but but no, but it's no, but actually I've never done that, but I just came up with the idea and I'm sort of thinking that's not bad.
Do you have just like the one coffee machine where it's just a Keurig, or do you have like a combo at all, or no?
The fiance got me like this just rocking Keurig. It's actually a Keurig branded, but it's actually got the foamer. Like it's got a separate thing for foam, and it can make like any drink you want under the sun. It was too complicated for her. She's very sweet, so she's like, she just needs her standard Keurig. So she gave me this thing that looks like something you would see at Starbucks, with the exception of you put a pod in it. It is cool. And so yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's very fun. So I have that. But to your point about Alex, I'm actually trying to dial back my caffeine dependency because it is one drug that you absolutely can get addicted to
Hmm.
and build up that tolerance to the point that if you're not constantly sucking on something caffeinated, you get sleepy. And I think that's probably what's going on with him. So he's got such a tolerance now. He can drink a couple bangs and it's just like a normal day for him. And if he just starts slowly backing it down, it's a lot healthier of an option because his physician will tell him when he gets a little bit older. I know he's a young guy, that he's got to get off that stuff because it's not good for you. Like, that's just that enough, not caffeine. I'm not criticizing bang in and of itself because I don't want like Monster and, we don't want them losing. We don't want to lose our sponsorships with Monster and Red Bull and bang.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys. Well, you criticize, and you guys didn't criticize him. I criticized him. So, anyways,
Awesome. Well, to jump
No.
over back to the twitching side of things,
Hmm.
getting to more, just I guess talk to your viewers, whoever is watching this podcast. What is your long-term goals for your Twitch channel? Like, is there a certain milestone? Like, I can't wait to get to 150 viewers or subscribers. Is it 300, 500, or is it maybe to get to some sort of milestone soon? Like, what's like your biggest or short-term even goals for your Twitch channel?
Sure. So, I mean, obviously, I would prefer to keep doing this on the side. It's not really a very stable form of income.
yes, please.
Um, right. Yeah. I mean, I only said that because my boss is here.
Yeah, for
I'm
anyone
joking.
watching, for those
I
who
heard that.
don't
I
know,
heard that guy's great.
Ginger is employed by
It's
the
kind of
Chamber
lame.
Company, so
Yes.
like to keep her here. So hopefully your Twitch streaming doesn't get too out of hand or too
No.
popular. I'm just joking.
No. Even then I have to set boundaries. Anyways, so I'm at 67 followers right now. So I even imagining myself getting 100 followers seems so like surreal. You know what I mean? Because I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. I never thought that I would even be where I am today. But, just even growing a little bit more was just a dream, and being able to entertain and have fun with people and make friends in my chat and stuff like that. The whole experience is just surreal to me. So I guess short-term goal, 100 followers. I think it would feel like an otherworldly experience if I ever managed to get around 1,000. So I think that's a good goal for me to have, is get to that 1,000 follower mark, because I have a few friends that stream, and one is close to 1,000 followers, one is close to 500. So as long as I keep doing what I'm doing and collab and have fun with friends, I think I should be able to reach those numbers, which is
That's
really
awesome.
exciting.
And for the record, we always want you. I mean, we want you to stay here forever, as scary as that is. With that being
It's
said,
terrifying.
yeah, we always support you, and when well,
Thank you.
and all that sort of stuff. But then the other thing I would just simply say is, though, if you get really really famous, and we want you to throw out shout out every once in a while to the companies, be
Right.
like, hey, this is where you need to go. Of course, at that juncture, you'll be like, well, pay me to do that. You probably get and such. Just don't ever just not our competitors, please, not our competitors. They're horrible people. Anyway,
I
so
would never do that.
yeah,
Come
just
on.
not those people. Which I
Right.
have to be careful and talk to the lawyers as to whether or not I just slandered them. But anyways, I don't think so. I don't
No,
really.
you didn't name drop. You're fine.
Yeah, there you go. So long as I did, people can assume for themselves. But anyways, so when do you think like you got like so when do you really start monetizing? Like when do you actually start getting like how have you actually gone through? Because you said like sort of a more long term,
Mhm.
like 1,000 followers. Like when do you think like at what level of support? I watched I can't remember what their name are. They're travel people. They're on YouTube. I want to say Nate and Kara or something like that. And they like just have traveled the world. And I actually really
Mhm.
like their travel vlogs. I think they're really cool. And
Yeah.
but they've gotten to the point where they have like on YouTube, I can remember watching the episode that they hit 1 million followers. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
right, and I, will like admit to you very badly, like my celebrity crush, at least it used to be, was Britney Spears. I was looking at her Instagram account because I get notification every time she's dancing with knives in front of the Instagram account. And she's got 42 million followers. So Nate,
Wow.
I know. And that like when I saw that this morning, I just looked at it in prep for this. I'm just like, oh my gosh, she got 42 million. No wonder why the woman's like, scantily clad, dance around once a day in front of the cameras because 42 million people are watching her. And imagine
Hmm.
the money she's making just by doing like a 15-second little dance thing in a bikini.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So when do you think it like crosses the line to actually make like enough money to pay for your apartment or your, your grocery bill? Like, do you like, is that like 500, 1,000, 10,000? Do you know?
Oh my God, I wish I could tell you. I have no
Yeah.
idea. All before I go further into this, I sincerely apologize. There is an absolutely violent thunderstorm going on right now. So if you hear thunder in the background, I am so sorry. But anyways,
Not
going
just
back to
effect.
that.
It would have been really cool if you
Right,
said it
no.
like this, like,
I
like,
know.
you're like, wow, she's really,
We
that's a
lost
good.
Ginger. We lost
Really
Ginger.
into this.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I honestly have no idea when that threshold would hit. I know for Twitch that you can start making money once you hit Twitch affiliate, which there are certain requirements that you have to meet.
Yeah.
Like you have to have at least 50 followers, you have to average at least 3 viewers per stream, and you have to there's one more requirement I can't remember off the top of my head, but I hit affiliate a couple months ago. I think in April,
Yeah.
I think. So, I honestly, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. I've made less than $100 since I've
Yeah.
gotten affiliated. So it's absolutely nothing right now. So I can't imagine what point would be able to support something like that. I would have to say probably like if you have a really strong fan base, if you have really strong followers that are there for your streams that either subscribe to you or watch your ads or something along those lines. I'd say probably around like 5,000 followers. If I'm going off of what I have now, maybe around like 5,000 followers and people like actually subscribe to you and you know what I mean, actually support you, maybe
Yeah.
cheer through bits or donate, stuff like that. Maybe they can cover your rent or your groceries or something like that. But I honestly, this is just me personally. I don't think I could ever do this full time and quit my actual job with you guys because I just don't I wouldn't feel secure enough with just relying on my viewers and that's not saying that they're bad people because they're not. I love my viewers. They've helped me so much, but I don't want to rely on interaction on the internet for money. I would rather
Yeah, it
keep
can
a
come
more
and
stable
go,
job.
and so now we're
Mhm.
talking about the business side about it. I will chime in if I can for a few
Of
minutes.
course.
I think that like so I can remember like on and again I wrote a book called The Maverick Method, how to win the startup game. Copies available on Amazon.com. But anyways,
Shameless
I can
plug.
remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember when I was like, hit 2,500 followers, and I got this thing on Facebook saying, "Hey, you're now able to something." This isn't a rip on Facebook. It's 2,500 is a drop in the bucket, right? And like I don't think I've seen a nickel, since that
Hmm.
occurred. But that being said, I mentioned that I think they're Nate and Kara. I'm confident they're probably making, if they have 1 million followers, I'm guessing 100, 200,000, maybe more a year.
Right.
All the
Of
because it's
course.
different ways. My kid also, we watched someone called Legal Eagle. And he did no commercials, he did nothing. He is just a fan. I recommend anyone who's interested in law stuff. He's fantastic, very intelligent attorney out of, I believe, California, and didn't monetize his site for a long time until he hit like a certain number on YouTube. And then once he did it, he started doing commercials inside, the ones where you can't get away from. And he's probably making more than he makes in his law practice
Oh
now.
wow.
Yeah, so you can do it. The
Hmm.
biggest challenge and the thing that absolutely terrifies me, and Jacob's going to know a little bit about this, but I don't want him to really say too much about it. And Jacob, you're going to know when I say it, is they could just shut your account off tomorrow. Like if you suddenly they could like YouTube or someone, and I know that's like, and that's the same thing as like, when someone could come in and sue you for something like that. But when you build uh, your entire life on these platforms, what happens if YouTube comes in and decides, well, we're going to shut you down?
Hmm.
I think generally it's probably not as big a concern as I just sort of said it could happen, even though I'm sort of criticizing my own comment. I know that's what lawyers do. But anyways, because they're making ad revenue off it as well. So are they
Hmm.
going to, they'll shut down someone's account that's got like, 2,500 like me, because they don't care because we're not really making much money off of you. But by the time you get to like Gary Vee's level, he's never going to get blocked out because it's too much money coming back to YouTube and, Facebook and such. But it is a real concern. So I don't know. So I guess you can build it up, but there's always that specter of, well, what happens if it were to go away tomorrow?
Right. And there's always another possibility. Like, what if a hacker hacks your account? You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
lose access to everything and they take it all. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
it's a scary thought. So I personally, I don't think I'd want to rely too heavily on just streaming as a
Yeah.
primary form of income.
Flip side, you're making 1.5 million a year. You'd be like, yeah, I'm really, guys, trademark company, all the best, you know, and then you can bank
Well,
all that money, you know, and just like, and then you're like, for a rainy day.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But you know, I personally am pulling for you to make 1.5 million.
I hope I do too.
And that'd be awesome. That'd be great. And then you can
That
give
would
us
be
a shout out and be like,
fantastic.
well, just remember the people that got you there. Okay.
Of course.
Remember us from in your
Well, Matt,
thunderstorm.
you should
Right.
go ahead. I'm going to leave a link in the description for Ginger's Twitch channel. So Matt, use that link to go ahead and follow Mincedmeef after this after the video is published.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely. I mean, I will have to open a Twitch account, but I will do it for you, Ginger.
You should open 6 Twitch accounts.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
I'm
go.
go.
joking. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Oh, I've
right,
done
right in
worse.
the right place now. But yeah, I'm a fellow Twitch stream or not Twitch streamer, Twitch follower of Mincedmeef.
Yes,
Seen a
yes.
couple of streams here or there. But Ginger, I have a good question for you.
Sure.
Actually, I think just 2 left here.
Okay.
What are some skills have you developed from streaming that you have transferred in other areas of your life? I could speak upon this subject a little bit. Which is fine. I didn't stream it or anything. I could just tell you what an experience I had with at least gaming is. Have you ever heard of you probably have the game Doom? DOM.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, I when the newer one came out, and it was my very first game I've ever played of the Doom series. Which, Matt, if you don't know what Doom is, it's a game where you kill demons. It was like one of the original very first like PC games that kind of like literally transformed gaming. Ginger, if you I don't know if you know that or not. And
No.
yeah, literally it was made by id Software, which is now Bethesda, I think. Um,
Okay.
and they were one of the very first companies to ever come out with like a first person 3D video game. They took a break after I think Doom 3 came out, and that was a long time ago. And then they came out with a whole new kind of reboot of the series. And I loved it when it first came out. And then in the actual game itself, they created this mode where you can create your own levels within the game.
Okay.
And you can create your own scenes, and you can do a lot with it. Where you can like literally make storylines within it, and make like you can design like horror elements into it as well. Like you can customize the lighting in the level. You can
Oh, wow.
put blood on the floor. You can put bodies in certain areas. You can create like sounds or audio music to play whenever somebody enters a certain level or a part of the level, which is crazy. And I never got into it. It helped me somewhat in my life with computers and learning how computers work, and kind of learn how like once you open this door, this sound will trigger, and then when you turn the corner, a monster will come out, or a demon in this case will come out of the corner and attack you, and you got to kind of like piece things together to be able to make the entire level happen. And it kind of showed me like a different side of the gaming industry, of how hard it is to just create one simple level. It'll take you hours, and it just shows you how how much time is put into a video game nowadays. But going back to my original question, Ginger, what skills have you again developed through your streaming career of Twitch that has carried over to different aspects of your life?
Honestly, I think just more self-confidence really, because with Twitch you're either talking, I've done both. You're either talking to your friends over Discord and gaming with your friends, or you are talking with your chat members, people in your chat that are either like helping you or commenting on what you're doing. I think that before I would have been a little bit too shy to just talk to the air. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not talking to my friends on Discord while I'm streaming, I would just be sitting here and talking to the camera, as they would say, but I don't have camera. I digress. I don't think I would have been confident enough to just talk and feel comfortable with that. But now I really feel comfortable talking to my viewers over chat, and you know, I think it's given me a little bit more self-confidence in being able to speak with people, I think. So I think that's probably like the biggest thing that I've improved on since I've started
awesome.
streaming.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I pretty much whatever I would say, you know, job you get into it, because technically this is semi a job, even though it involves a lot of your entertainment. But I think whatever job you get in, you could carry over some sort of new arsenal of skills.
Of
You
course.
know, so Matt, I remember one question, or not one question, one thing you said to me in the very beginning when I first started this company is, after you start training and learning about trademarks, you'll never see the world again the same. Is exactly true, because I start like looking at like things like Sheets. Is that name trademarked? I bet it is. It probably is. I wonder if they have their logo trademark. Can you actually trademark Sheets? Is that like some sort of way you can, is that descriptive? Is that non-descriptive? I literally think about that all the time now, man. I hope you know that. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I catch myself doing that too. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? I'm like, how did this company get that trademark? It sounds descriptive. I wonder if they have protection over that. You know, I literally think about it literally all the time. So thank you,
Mhm.
Matt.
Do you find yourself actually critiquing people's brands? Like, what a horrible brand. What are you trying to get with that?
What are
That's
you
what I've
trying to
found
do
myself
with
in the
that?
years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally think about it all the time.
One
Um,
out of one out of 1,000, I'm like, that's a great trademark. You know, about most of them are just like, yeah, whatever. And then like probably 30 or 40 out of 1,000, I'll be like, what were you thinking? Just what, seriously, did the thought process actually get all the way to the top of your head? Like what, you know, anyways. All right, I'll stop.
well, Ginger, we have a few last remaining questions here. These three are
Sure,
next are going to
sure.
be rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire. I'm ready.
Exactly. What is your favorite game of all time?
Oh my God. Favorite game of all time, Skyrim, hands down. No
Skyrim.
questions.
Okay, awesome. I
Hmm.
agree with that one. Not my favorite, but one of the top 10.
Yeah,
Who is
for
your
sure.
favorite streamer to watch?
Oh, my favorite streamer to watch. That's hard. I I do obviously I want to be impartial and I want to say my friends. I love watching my friends stream. So like I watch Blabbercat. She's the one who made my model for me. She's my model mama. Thank you if you're listening,
Alabama.
Blabbercat.
Okay.
Model mama. And then I often collab and talk with this other VTuber. He's a PNG tuber. His name is Nines VT. So I like him. But on like the more popular scale, I like Hook. So Hook Gang. He's really funny. He's really entertaining. And then a couple of my other friends watch like Pokey and they keep up with Jinxie and you know all those big names. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome. Next question. If you could stream with any celebrity, who would it be and what game would you play?
Oh my God. I think honestly playing any kind of horror game with Markiplier would complete my life.
Oh, that would be the goat. He's like
Yes, it would.
goat. Oh, wow.
Or like Jacksepticeye. I think that would be a lot of fun too. But that's a fever dream. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but that would absolutely be a dream. A horror game with Markiplier at Jacksepticeye.
Hey,
Hands
let's
down.
get Jacob in trouble here because he's married. Jacob, what would your answer be to that question?
A celebrity, I mean, I would probably play a horror game as well because it's always fun to see interactions and
Mhm.
certain expressions. I guess I would have to say Mark Hamill would be really cool, like to play like a horror game.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, you nailed that.
I
That's a
love Mark Hamill, like pretty much
yeah.
everything he does. Luke Skywalker. He also voices the Joker and all of the Batman animated shows and games. So
Mhm.
but
That's
yeah,
a good
that'd
one.
be my answer. Last question for you, Ginger. We'll have to end it here. But this is kind of more personal, but end it off like this. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give your past self or anyone that's also watching right now? Any advice of how to stay with Twitch, to keep going and streaming, even though it may seem sometimes that your viewership is low or whichever? What keeps you going? What advice would you give to anybody that's watching right now that's just either starting out or has a decent viewership right now and looking to gain more? What is some advice that you would give anyone?
Sure. So I ended up actually hearing this from a couple of friends, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But this is true. Honestly, sticking with it, having a schedule, and just being yourself, because there is no truer form of entertainment and true connection that you can get with people. Like, if you're putting on a facade, that's fine, but I honestly have found that being myself and letting my own true personality shine through and sticking with my schedule as much as I can has really, really helped me.
Gotcha.
So,
So having like a plan of attack, just kind of just even though sometimes viewership is low, just kind of pushing through that, knowing that
yeah, of course.
the
You
viewership
know,
will come as long as the content pumps out. I think that's also some things that we
right.
kind of learned
And
from creating our YouTube
yeah,
channel
and
together. So
another piece of advice, I'm not really good at this, but if you're getting into Twitch, you have to have some sort of social media presence. So, like, have your followers, have your viewers take clips of like funny moments or, stupid moments of while you're streaming or playing games or doing whatever, and take those clips and post them on TikTok, post them on Instagram. Like, self-promotion, I think, is one of the best forms of promotion that you can get. So,
And
yeah,
and if
just
I may, it'd be prior to us, Jacob and I were talking about Twitch and all that sort of stuff. Jacob, do you mind if I address the legal issues of this?
no, go ahead.
Yeah, as the reformed former lawyer here and all that sort of stuff. Just very quickly, just remember you can't violate the law just because you're making a social media video. The
right.
purpose, like the excuse of, oh no, it's okay, I'm making something to Twitch out or stream out or whatever, that doesn't actually work. So to everyone who's actually out there, just please keep safe and do things that are awesome and get your viewership up, but don't break the law and don't jeopardize anyone, especially yourself or others around you. Because I think it's a good PSA to just keep advised. But again, do stuff that's cool, so we want to watch you.
Man, Matt, I think we should make that a little segment of our future podcast. Lawyer tip of the day. Matt, go with the next tip of the day.
Don't do stupid shh. No, I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Matt, well,
that's
as we
good
close this
parenting.
out, what is your dad joke of this podcast? What is it?
What is my dad joke of this podcast?
Yeah,
Oh
what give
boy.
us
Oh
give us a
man,
good
you
old
put me
dad
on the
joke. You've
spot.
got
I'm just gonna have to go with
some
something.
stored.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with some of the oldies but goodies like I used recently. Like, I used to work in an orange juice factory, but I got canned, right? I couldn't concentrate.
Oh
So there you
no.
have it. Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome. Cool.
great.
Thank you,
And on
Disney
that
and Dwayne
note,
the Rock Johnson.
there you go. Awesome. On that note, Ginger, thank you so much for joining us today with our third employee from our company's podcast. So thanks again for joining us. You got some merchandise or memorabilia from Small Business Chat coming your way soon.
Sweet. Thank you.
Matt, thank you again for joining us today. I know that you're kind of new on these subjects that we touched upon today, but we really appreciate you being here, kind of just chiming in where you could.
So an old guy, not bad.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So that does it for our Small Business Chat podcast for today. Again, this episode is sponsored by the Trademark Company. Go and get your trademark filing needs over at thetrademarkcompany.com right now. And everybody that's watching, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.